Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of the second year Open Educational College, welcome you to our lecture today, in which we are going to discuss lesson 25, which has the title The Cutty Sark. Okay, the Cutty Sark is a proper noun, okay, and we are going to read this text and then to discuss the questions that come after that text. First of all, we have a question right here. What piece of bad luck prevented the Cutty Sark from winning the race? We understand from this question, okay, that Cutty Sark was something that was in a race, okay, and she didn't win that race because of bad luck. So we are going to read that text, and I'd like you to follow me. One of the most famous sailing ships, okay, so here we have sailing ships of the 19th century, the Cutty Sark. Okay, one of the most famous sailing ships of the 19th century, the Cutty Sark, can still be seen at the Greenwich. She stands on dry land and is visited by thousands of people each year. So we have sailing ship on a dry land. So this means that this ship doesn't work anymore. She serves as an impressive reminder of the great ships of past, before they were replaced by steam ships. So we understand that this Cutty Sark is what is a ship, okay, is not a steamship. It is that ship that depends on wind. Sailing vessels like the Cutty Sark were used to carry tea from China and wool from Australia. The Cutty Sark was one of the fastest sailing ships that has ever been built. The only other ship to match her was the Thermopylae. Okay, it is a difficult. Both these ships set out from Shanghai on June 18th in 1872 on an exciting race to England. This race, which went on for exactly I think this is repeated, for exactly 4 months. This is repeated. Was the last of its kind, the last race. It marked the end of the great tradition of ships with sails and the beginning of the new era, okay, of steamships. This is the new. We continue. The first of the two ships to reach to Java after the race had begun was the Thermopylae, but on the Indian Ocean, the Cutty Sark took the lead. It seemed certain that she would be the first ship home, but during the race she had a lot of bad luck. In August, she was struck by a very heavy storm, during which her rudder was torn away. The Cutty Sark rolled from side to side, and it became impossible to steer her. Okay, a temporary rudder was made on board from spare planks, and it was fitted with great difficulty. This greatly reduced the speed of the ship, for there was a danger that if she traveled too quickly, this rudder would be torn away as well. Because of this, the Cutty Sark lost her lead. After crossing the equator, the captain called in at a port to have a new rudder fitted, but by now the Thermopylae, okay, was over 500 miles ahead. Though the new rudder was fitted at tremendous speed, it was impossible for the Cutty Sark to win. She arrived in England a week after the Thermopylae. Okay, even this was remarkable considering that she had had so many delays. There is no doubt that if she had not lost her rudder, she would have won the race easily. This is the text, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to discuss the vocabulary. In vocabulary, explain the meanings of the following words and phrases as they are used in the past. These words from reminder, match, era, struck, steer, temporary, on board. Okay, you are asked to find the meaning, mean the synonym. Okay, the other meaning of these words. In the comprehension, give short answers to these questions in your own words as far as possible. Okay, so here we are going to give the answers of these questions. Question number 1: where can the Cutty Sark be seen? Okay, the answer is the Cutty Sark can be seen. We go back to the first line. Okay, the second line, at the Greenwich, at Greenwich. Question number 2: what sort of cargo? Cargo means something that is carried on ships, trains, etc. What sort of cargo did ships like the Cutty Sark to carry? Okay, the cargo, okay, the Cutty Sark were used to carry tea from China and wool from Australia. This is the answer. Question number 3: how long did the race between the Cutty Sark and the Thermopylae last? Okay, this is the answer. For exactly 4 months. Okay, the race would be continued for 4 months. This is the answer. Well, we move now to summary writing in more than 80 words. Write an account of the race between the Cutty Sark and the Thermopylae after they set out from Shanghai. Use your own words. Actually, this will be done by you, and each one has to write with his or her own words, and inshallah I'll give you the feedback of the correct summary writing. Key structures. Now we go to the key structures and social difficulties exercises. Vessels like the Cutty Sark were used to carry the tea. Write sentences using the following: I use, I am used, I used to. Well, I use, this is an ordinary sentence. Okay, subject and verb, and it means complement, object and complement. I am used to, this is a special kind of sentences when you are used to do something. Okay, and sorry, I used to means something I did, or I was doing regularly in the past, but now I am not doing it. Number 2, the Cutty Sark was one of the fastest sailing ships. Write sentences using the words fast and faster. Okay, fast is an adjective and faster is an adjective in comparative degree, faster than. Okay, 2 sentences. These ships set out from Shanghai. Write 2 sentences using the verb set up and set out. You know, I'm sure that you know that what of 2 part verbs, okay, or phrasal verbs. Okay, phrasal verbs means a verb with a preposition after it. Set out means to start doing something. Set out in Arabic and talaqa. Set up, okay, and set up have these 2 words have different meanings. Okay, you have to find the meanings in the dictionary and then write sentences with these verbs. Number 4, this race, etc., was the last of its kind. Okay, write 2 sentences using its and it's, and it is. Okay, it is what is a pronoun. Okay, actually it is a pronoun. It's called super adjective. Okay, adjective pronoun. And it is what it is a subject. Okay, subject pronoun and verb to be. This is the difference. Number 5, she had a lot of bad luck. Write sentences using a lot of, a great many, and a great deal of. Each one of these has يعني, nearly the same meaning. Okay, so we are asked here to write 3 sentences. Number 6, a temporary letter was made on board. Which of the following words are preceded by on and which are preceded by in? So we have these words, okay, which يعني we need to use on and in with these words, okay. For example, on fire, in ink, in common, in tears, on food, on purpose, in love, in a hurry. Number 7, if she traveled too quickly, write 2 sentences showing the difference between very and too. Actually, very and too يعني are nearly similar in meaning, but very is used with affirmative sentences, while too is used with negative sentences, or negative ideas actually. The captain called in at a port to have a new rudder fitted. Note this use of have. Have a new rudder fitted. Okay, if we have an object after the verb have, and after that object we have a verb in past participle, this means that the subject is not the real doer of the sentence. In this sentence means that the captain didn't fit the rudder by himself. Okay, whereas someone else or some people who fitted that rudder. This is the difference. This is the meaning if we have the object between have and the verb in past participle. Right? Okay. Write these sentences again using have with the verbs in italics. Okay, he is building a house. He has the house built. She had cleaned his suit. Okay, she had or he had. Here is should be her suit. Okay, she had her suit cleaned. She had her suit cleaned. It was impossible for the Cutty Sark to win. Write 2 sentences using the verbs in win and beat. Win in Arabic يربح. Beat means يهزم. They are what? They are antonyms, opposites. Multiple choice questions. Okay, here we have some sentences. I'd like you to read these sentences and find out the answers, and I'm inshallah in the lecture I'll give you the correct answers. Okay, here we have, I think we have 12. Yes, that's right, we have 12 sentences, 12 points. I'd like you to read them and try to find out the correct answer, and inshallah I'll give you the correct answers. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, for this text 25, and inshallah we are going to meet in the lecture to explain more about this text. Okay, thank you very much for listening. There was Mr. Al-Maraabi with you. Have a good day.